Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my vintage German Christmas carousel and the little wooden ornaments village I've set up around it. I'll show you my wooden ornaments tree, and then I'll also share with you how I repaired an old German wooden either a candelabra or advent wreath, not entirely sure, but it was in many pieces at the bins, and I repaired it and am enjoying it as part of our Christmas magic. So if you like this kind of content, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel where I do thrifting, decor, and DIY videos. And of course, you can always find me on Instagram at Nicole Northgarden. Here we go. I found this beautiful vintage German Christmas carousel at a rummage sale at a church this summer for $4. I've always wanted one of these, but they're always really expensive when you find them in antique stores, so I was thrilled to find this one for such a reasonable price. These carousels can have many different themes, and this particular one is Santa's Workshop. I decided to display it on my coffee table in our great room. Using white chalk paint, I painted this old shelf that we had, and I used that as the base for my little Christmas village. I set my Christmas carousel in the center and then collected some of my wooden ornaments and other little trinkets that I had found at yard sales or things that I already had to create this little winter wonderland place. The first level of the workshop shows Santa's sleigh and some reindeer, and yes, they're going backwards. I need to change the direction of the blades, but I wasn't going to mess with it before I filmed this video. On the second level, there appears to be an elf making toys. There's a toy train and some other toys. And the third level shows these little wooden mouse soldiers, I believe they are. To the left of Santa's Workshop, I set up this little tree that I got. It's made by Target, but I bought it at a rummage sale. I think it was on a bag sale day, so I just shoved it in my $5 bag. I love this. All these little ornaments go on the tree separately, and it has a very vintage vibe to it. Now, while most of the little village is oriented to the front of the coffee table, I did want the back to have things of interest for people sitting on the couch. So I set up this little elf band that I had and some more ornaments. And then, of course, anyone sitting on the couch can still view Santa's Workshop from behind. Now let's move on to my wooden ornaments tree. I really enjoy wooden ornaments, and I knew I wanted to do a little wooden ornaments tree. So I have a little bit of a collection. I pulled some of my favorites for this little tree. The tree I found at the bins, and the ornaments have come from all different places and sales over several years. I did find this little wooden train. I believe it was at a rummage sale earlier in the summer. And it does play music, which I will show you in a moment. I love this little girl on a goose, and if you look above, there's a little boy on a goose as well, and I have them kind of riding their geese towards each other. I also love this little goose with the winter hat. I guess I have a thing for geese. Some of these ornaments were recently sent to me by subscriber friends. Thank you so much for sharing your treasures with me. The last thing I wanted to show you was this old German candle holder that I found at the bins. It was in many pieces, many of which were in this little baggie, but several of which I had to dig through the bins to find. So when I finally came home, I had a pile of pieces and then the main wooden centerpiece. So I actually put this together this summer. Some of you might have seen it on Instagram, but I saved the video so I could share it around Christmas time. I started by putting in the little candle holder pieces. I'm really happy that I was able to find the ones that had come off because that kind of makes the whole centerpiece. Then I had to figure out what pieces went with which. There were arms and legs and torsos. Amazingly, none of the wings were broken off, so I just went ahead and tried to figure out what seemed like it went with which angel. And there is one missing angel. I have thought about replacing it with something else, but I don't know. I think it's kind of part of the story that not everything we have for Christmas, not everything that we have has to be perfect. We can have things with flaws, just like ourselves, and they still have beauty. Once I felt pretty confident that I had pieced together the pieces correctly, I went ahead and used my E6000, which does a really good job on wood, and glued them together. Once I was done repairing the angels, I had to repair the star a little bit. 2 of the little points to the star had come off, so I glued those, and then I glued the angels to the centerpiece. And here's what it looked like after I had attached everything. And for the full effect, I added some candles so you could see what it looked like all lit up. I think it's beautiful, and right now it is on my dining room table. We used it at a brunch that we recently hosted, and I've just kept it there. I will show you that in my home tour. And that's all that I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing these special parts of my Christmas decor. If you like this kind of content, I would love to have you join me here on my channel where I upload thrifting, decor, and DIY videos. And of course, please go find me on Instagram at Nicole Northgarden. Thanks so much for watching.